This is Minecraft. This mod pack went viral because it showcases Minecraft with ultra realistic graphics that literally looks like Red Dead Redemption 2. And today I wanted to put this mod pack to the test. And here are the rules. Number 1, we have to start a fresh survival world. And number 2, we have to create a homestead for ourselves utilizing the over 14,000 new blocks that this mod pack offers. To answer the question, does better graphics make for a better gameplay experience? Alrighty, so here we are in the Minecraft world, and as you guys can see, just a couple of mods installed today. The main one being a mod pack called Conquest Reforged, which by itself literally adds over 10,000 new blocks to the game. And we're in survival mode. And for context, I'm normally a creative mode player, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. But I'm feeling pretty confident. Another thing we have going on too is the Bliss shaders. So Bliss is probably my favorite shader pack of all time. Complementary is a close second, but it just looks fantastic. It gives the world this really cool, high fantasy kind of vibe. But that's not even the best part. No, hold on. Who is this guy? He's like a car salesman. What do you mean that's not it? Check this out. We also have Distant Horizons installed too. So let's get on over this little crest here. And I was gonna call it a hill, but I feel like crest sounds a little bit better. And let's appreciate this view here. Man, check out this view. So we're also using a couple of terrain generation mods today. We are using Still Life and Lithosphere, and they're both made by the same mod author, and it just looks incredible. So in the intro, I always have RedrangerBuilds showcase maps for my intro footage. But the only downside with those maps is you can't actually play them in survival mode. But they look so good. So I feel like Still Life and Lithosphere kind of gives you that handcrafted look and feel, but it's playable in survival mode. After a few minutes of exploring the world, I was absolutely blown away by the way that this mod pack looks. Now it's time to start gathering materials so we can build ourselves a homestead. But because we're using custom terrain generation mods, this will actually be a lot more difficult than I originally anticipated. And before we get into that, if you're a fan of chill, long-form gaming content, you're in the right place because that's all I do. Recently, a lot of you have been finding the channel, so this is just a quick reminder to check if you're subscribed. It's totally free and you can always change your mind later. So I want to actually do a couple things today. One of them is Yap, but more importantly, before we can actually start utilizing all the new blocks that Conquest Reforged adds to the game, we have to actually create a stone cutter. So to make the stone cutter, we need a couple things. We need iron and we need smooth stone. So we're gonna have to see if we can find ourselves like a little cave somewhere. So we got some sheep here. We might as well get some wool while we're here. Man, I can't even lie. If the commentary sounds a little bit different, it's because it is. Your boy, just like the last time, I just got back home from the gym, so I'm feeling all kinds of good. I can't even lie. This morning I woke up, I felt a little bit like, oh, that goat just hit like a crazy vertical. Put him in the league. But I was feeling a little bit grumpy. But, you know, I feel a lot better now after hitting the gym, getting some food. It's like when your girlfriend's grumpy. You just gotta get her favorite iced coffee, get her some food, get some sunlight together, and you're good. Dating tips. No, actually, hold on a second. While we look for some caves here, I think I'm gonna head toward these mountains actually. Before we find some caves here, apparently people really like it when I share my dumb little dating stories. And when I tell you I almost ran out of stories to tell, I would not be lying because I was running low. I think I maybe only had like a couple left. But your boy, I always find myself in precarious situations. So I don't even know if I can share this story because it happened so recent. And if my coworker ever sees this video, I'm kind of cooked. So we're you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna share it anyways while we look for a nice little cave. I think we might just have to mine in here somewhere, honestly. I was trying to find some exposed coal, but honestly, I don't know if we're going to. So we may just have to suck it up and just start mining. But, you know, First and foremost, I guess a little context. I'm not really one to like believe in angels or anything like that, or miracles really. But when I say I'm pretty sure I encountered the divine when I was at work, I mean that 100%. Oh, and by the way, hold on a second. Apparently my manager watches these videos, so everything I'm about to say never happened. All right, Joe, it never happened. I was working hard. I was not doing whatever I'm about to say. Okay, with all that out of the way, shout out to Joe. He wanted a shout out apparently. With all that out of the way, when I say I'm pretty sure I found proof of a higher power, I mean that. I'm talking like absolutely stunning, like good energy, good vibes, the whole 9 yards. Very rare. It's very rare you find somebody with like good energy. And you might be thinking, Nick, this story sounds too good to be true. And that's because there's a whole plot twist in here that I haven't even gotten to yet. You know what? I'm just gonna start mining in here. This seems like a good spot to me. Normally I don't like to settle, and it's for reasons like this why why it takes me a while to find like a good spot to build, but I think we're gonna have to, at least for now. So let's just make like a little staircase down while we have daylight. Oh no, this might not be good. We're only finding slate. We need to find stone. If we don't find stone, we're kind of cooked. We're kind of cooked if it's only slate. Oh, okay. We're good. So I was at work, right? And, you know, so I went up to her and I was like, hey, like, you need help finding anything? And she's like really smiley. She's like, no, not really. Like, I'm good. I don't really need any help with anything. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, did we find coal? Oh, let's go. Okay, we found coal. Honestly, I'm going to get through this story in one coherent sentence. There's going to be all kinds of commas and pauses in here. Oh, the sun's going down. I can't think of a more romantic way to spend the evening than in a cave. You asking the girl to come Netflix and chill. You don't even have a TV. You live in a hole in the ground. Oh, all right. We're kind of good. Let's get some of this stone going here and get the rest of this coal. Anyways, she looked just as good walking away as she did walking towards me, and she had good energy. I was like, dang. Anyways, the story, it just gets progressively worse. If you thought this story was bad up until this point, we haven't even made it to Act 2, because there's actually like a whole arc to this story. People are like, this video has nothing to do with Minecraft. Hold on, let me speak my truth here. I have to get this out here on the record. So anyways, she goes up and talks to one of my coworkers, which is where I was saying, like, I hope my coworker doesn't see this. She goes up and talks to my coworker. I'm like, yo, hold on. Luck is when opportunity meets skill. Your boy just found iron too. We are so blessed right now. So a little bit later on, I do want to like, actually, I will get done with this story, but a little bit later on, after we get this stone cutter made here, I want to find like a place to actually homestead and hunker down. I think, like, hold on, this girl was so bad. I'm out. I'm totally done with this bachelor era thing. Your boy's getting could you all imagine if I get married? The dating stories are just gonna stop. What am I gonna say? Me and my wifey? Nah. Okay, I will get married at some point. I just don't know when. Probably tomorrow, actually. Anyways, she goes up, talks to my coworker. They're like giggling and having fun. I'm like, dang. And then I went over to my coworker and I was asking her, I was like, hey, like, do you know her? She's like, yeah. I was like, who was that? Like, she was so fine. Y'all are not gonna believe this. I swear this was not, I have no idea. Hold on, I need to like actually process this whole story because this is just ridiculous. It gets worse. She was like, that was my mom. And I was like, if I had a face cam right now, you would see a very handsome biracial young man with his jaw to the floor, because I was flabbergasted, bamboozled, shocked in a good way, all these different things at one time. And I was like, are you dead at right now? And I was like, are you being for real? When I say this girl did not look like anybody's mom, I mean that in the most respectful way. I was like, respectfully, your mom looks like, I thought she was her sister, or not her sister, maybe like a coworker, something. I'm gonna get through this story somehow, because it actually, like, that's not even like, we're only 2% into the story at this point. I'm just shocked. So I was like, there's no way. Respectfully, there's no way that was your mom. And she's like, so anyways, yeah, she's like, yeah, that was. And I was like, okay, let's just go with this for a second. Because at this point, I don't know what to believe. So I was asking her about it. I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, like, is your mom single? Like, what's right? And she was like, yeah. I was like, W. Honestly, I feel like the luckiest man in the world when I heard that. I was like, boy, we might be making it out the hood with this one, fellas. But that was probably the biggest W I ever took. We've honestly been taking W's this whole season. So I heard that. I was like, I just started getting hearts in my eyes. Like my little channel emojis I have, the little heart eyes emoji. I was just like head over heels. I was like, dang. So anyways, my coworker just started busting out laughing because she, like, first of all, like, I'm not really like a nonchalant type of person. I can't be all chill. Like, if I like someone, I'm just gonna be like, hey, like, I think you're cool. I'm trying to get to know you better. I'm not this nonchalant, cool dude. I'm just a very honest, like, very much in the moment type of person. So my coworkers just thought this was hilarious. And of course, she had to make it awkward, trying to make it like I'm the bad guy in this situation. Like, how's it my fault that your mom is hot? That has nothing to do with me. But on the real, my coworker made the situation way worse. And when I say like I can handle a certain level of awkwardness, I kind of understand. My whole humor is just awkward and I just roll with it. But like my coworker said the worst possible thing I could have ever heard in my life. She was like, Nick, are you trying to be like my stepdad or something? And I literally just died right there because that was just like the worst possible thing. Like, that never even came into my mind, first of all. And anyways, it basically killed my whole vibe. I was like, first of all, no. I ain't trying to be nobody's dad. I just want to play Minecraft, okay? I just want to play Minecraft. I don't even want to... Anyways. Yeah, that's my dating story, dating life in a nutshell. And all of this happened over the course of this happened within the last fortnight. What even is a boy, we find it. I honestly feel like my gift is yapping because we are so blessed right now with the iron, with the ladies. We are so up right now. Don't even get it twisted. Don't even get it twisted. They heard we broke up, but let's not get it twisted here, fellas. She's broke. I am up. That's the actual story. No, I'm just playing. I couldn't ever leave that girl. Oh, all right. Let's talk about Minecraft for a second. Honestly, my heart started racing reliving this story because it was just so ridiculous. I could not have written a better script in my head. I kind of wish I could put the story into better words to really convey the emotions I was experiencing at the time, because this was just like a roller coaster of emotions. Like, we had the euphoria, we had what could only be described as elation, I think that's the word for it, and then we just had tragedy at the end when she's hitting me with like these stepdad accusations. Honestly though, with how well this world is going, we might even be beating the seasonal depression allegations, because your boy is hitting shots like nobody's business. But nah. Anyways, I'll keep y'all updated on this story over the course of this, because like I'm trying to take homie's mom out to the oh boy, this ain't it. This ain't it, fam. This is not it. Oh, I saw my short little blocky life flash before my eyes. Okay, I think we're good though. We're live. Oh, take a breather. But no, we're set up pretty well. We got 19 iron. We got a little furnace going on here. Let's just set up like a little base camp in here. And then I think we're slowly coming up on daytime, so let's get some food going. Let's also get a we're just gonna make another furnace too, because we need to get multiple things going here. So actually, we have enough materials here that we can start working on these stone cutters. So I'm gonna get some stone going here. So we need to have some smooth stone. And I'm actually really excited to I'm really excited to get this mod pack going, because once we have access to the stone cutter, you'll see how much variety this mod pack adds with the building. All right, so we got our stone going. Let's throw in our iron. I think one more coal should do that. All right, we got some mutton. Let's go. I don't know if you guys have, I've never heard of mutton in my life. The first time I ever heard mutton mentioned is in I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. One of my favorite shows of all time, Gravity Falls. In that show, for whatever reason, they're at a little mini golf course, and this mini golf course is medieval themed, right? Hold on. Nick, where are you going with this story, dude? What are you talking about? It's medieval themed mini golf, and one of the things they advertise is that they have mutton of all things, and that was my first foray? I did not mean to say four-way. My first foray into into mutton. So I guess mutton is just lamb or something, or sheep. It sounds very medieval though. No, honestly, your boy has like different vocab he's been hitting. Your boy's been hitting the different vocab lately. Man, y'all can definitely tell I record these after I get home from the gym, just because I'm like, literally turn into a puddle of sweetness. Okay, limestone, get that bad boy. And we have the stone cutter, so check this out. We can do a little bit of decoration in the cave. I don't want to spend too much time in here, but if we take our limestone cobble in here, you can see we get a huge variety of different blocks. So I'm just gonna make like a gothic archway. Honestly, your boy is manifesting a goth baddie right now. Screw this archway thing. But the archway is really cool because, well, let's just make like a little doorway, for example. Actually, we could frame it out like this. Just put the archway like, oh, your boy's misplacing it. I'm just gonna cut that part out. You can place the archway like that, and we have a cool little archway leading somewhere. It's leading to nowhere. Yeah. But it's stuff like that. So whenever we find like a proper little spot to build, I can really start showcasing like all the different building blocks and building materials. And then we also have furniture as well. But it's a new day, so we might as well go scout out some locations. All right, so with that story out of the way, your boy has made exactly 0 progress. Oh, we've made no progress, but at least we have the stone cutter. So at the very least, we have one objective done. But now the problem is we have to try to figure out where to build our little homestead. I think when the world looks this good, it's kind of hard to settle down. Oh no, he's back in his bachelor era. He was just saying he was gonna settle down. What is with the switch up? All right, let's oh, okay, we're not going this way. So as beautiful as this world looks, it's actually very dangerous because you have you basically have like these pockets of just darkness that mobs can spawn in. So not the friendliest of places. But let's head into the valley here, and maybe we can... Oh, we gotta be careful, there's so many skeletons. Maybe we can find somewhere nice and flat to build. But on this, at the same time, I was also thinking maybe we should build like on a hillside or something. So my goal today, believe it or not, I do have a goal, is I wanna build like a little tavern thing. It's not gonna be too big, but I want it to be very detailed and very like homey feeling. That's the goal here. Actually, while I'm down here, I might as well grab some crops. I think one of the goals too is I also want a little farm to go along with our homestead. I mean, this area here seems pretty like nice and flat, nice and level. But the only downside is it's literally like in the middle of nowhere. It does look kind of cool though. I like the darkness of the trees. And then you have the contrast with the like sunlight here in the middle. I don't know though. I don't know. We're gonna figure this out though. I guess, I don't know. This is, it's been a long time since I've played with Lithosphere and Still Life terrain generation. I feel like it's not very survival friendly, if I'm being honest. Like finding caves, not really easy in this terrain generation. but it looks really good. So that's like the trade-off. You can't have everything. I think Tectonic is kind of a good mix of everything. But with that being said, that's not really a critique of the mod, because I know, like, I don't know if people realize this, but mod authors spend a lot of time making mods for Minecraft, and I don't really know all of what goes into making a mod. So, oh, did my voice just crack? I don't know all of like what goes into making mods, but it's way beyond my scope of knowledge. So I think for what it is, it's a really cool mod pack, or terrain generation mod. Okay, there we go. He got his piece out. He got his piece out in a coherent sentence. You know what? I kind of like this spot right here. It's nice and flat. We have a view of the mountain on this side. I think this could be a good spot. Oh, we're getting shot at. We're getting shot at. We gotta run. We gotta run. Okay, let me get my shield out, actually. Okay. Alright, so this is the only downside of being in the valley, is that there is just a lot of mobs down here. We might just need to, like, hunker down and just sleep it off here. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna hunker it down. But yeah, you guys can definitely tell I'm not the best survival player of all time. I would say I'm a close second, though. Alright, there we go. Get a bed going. Get a bed going, at the very least. Alright. Alright, so maybe we're not gonna hang out in the valley. I wanna actually head up to the top of that mountain there, or that hillside. I'm trying to get these, because you can see there's so many skeletons out here in the woods, just because there's so much tree coverage. So it's not exactly safest spot, but maybe we could make it safe. I don't know. I'm very indecisive when it comes. Okay, be so honest. There's no way I'm the only person that has a hard time figuring out where to build in Minecraft. When the terrain looks this good, it's so... Dude, I just like threw my mouse across my desk. When the terrain looks this good, it's so hard to like just pick a spot. But I'm gonna make my way up this hill, see what it looks like from up here. I mean, I think this is towards our world spawn. It was up here somewhere. Let's just kind of get a survey of the land. Oh yeah, okay. I'm glad we did not hang out in the valley. This looks so much better. This looks so much better. Over there looks really nice. Yeah, I think if we just build like... Maybe we could do just a little hillside thing out here somewhere. Like it could be built into the mountain maybe. So, like I was saying, normally I play creative mode. And in creative mode, you can just kind of like... If you mess up, it's not that big of a deal. But in survival mode, if you mess up, you have to worry about tool durability. You have to worry about resource management. I think up here might be the move. What do you guys think? What do y'all think? I think this is it, fellas. I don't think it's gonna get better than this one. So let's start chopping down trees here. I just have to work on clearing out the land here. Shouldn't take too much time though. Actually, while we're here, let's just like shear all these leaves and get them out of here. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of terraforming just because the land isn't perfectly flat, but not the biggest deal in the world. Not a big deal at all. I mean, just like that, I feel like we cleared out a lot. Let's see. Okay, now we just need to make... Oh, our inventory is just cluttered with like random stuff. This dude's out here holding a fern, bro. This guy's got a whole fern in his inventory. He's doing too much. So we're gonna have to make a couple of different axes here. I'm just gonna get everything placed down. Get all my stuff sorted out here. Because with the falling tree mod we have installed, basically every single tree takes an entire axe. Which I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I think it's a little bit more... It requires more materials to do, but I think it's a little bit more convenient on my end because I don't have to like climb all the way up these huge trees. Alright, let's get all these cleared out here. And then once we get the trees cleared away, then we can think about how we want to terraform the land. So I'll need to make some shovels. I like the view over here too, so maybe we should clear out some of those trees down there. Actually, something I just realized too, this is actually going to be kind of a problem. Because we're so high up, I feel like it's going to be kind of an issue as far as like getting materials. You know, cause hold on a second. What's he saying now? Nick, what are you talking about, babe? Like being so high up, I think we're at least at Y level 100 something. So I feel like it's gonna be difficult finding anything other than iron and stone up here. I think if we want to go for diamond, we would just have to go down into the valley and then start a mine down there and just bring everything back up. Which I think we could do that. That wouldn't be too big of a deal. But ideally, since we gathered so many wheat seeds down at the down before, I think we have a solid amount that we can use to actually, you know, make a farm up here, kind of be semi-self-sustaining is the goal here. Okay, I'm trying to like mentally think about what trees do I need to get rid of for this to for us to get the best possible view. But yeah, I'm really excited to actually get this building started because for me, building is like my favorite part of the game. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, whenever, well, at least what I see online with Minecraft, a lot of people really rush the game, or they try to, you know, basically get to the end dimension as quickly as possible. And for me, I don't know. I like to just take my time. I like to, for me, building is the fun part. So I don't really care too much about actually beating the game. All right, let's get rid of this tall boy right here. Could you imagine being up here? The air up here would hit kind of different. This fresh mountain air, it would hit way different. You can't even be like, nah, Nick, there's no way. Like, you know 100%. All right, let's set our spawn point. While we're up here, let's actually make some chests. Chests? I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Yeah, let's make a couple. I think, oh, you know what? We have to move all this stuff down here actually onto this level. But let's throw everything in the chest and we can just kind of sort it out. And I was kind of, I don't know if you guys do this too, but I love to just look on Pinterest or online for build inspiration. So I actually have a plan for once. Normally whenever I do these, I just kind of wing it. But this time I actually have a plan. Also, I tend to notice that whenever I do just kind of start building stuff, I like overbuild, or I make my builds too large. So that is not going to be the case this time, fellas. That is not going to be the case. We're in our sustainable building era right now. All right, now we just got to clear all this out. So what do you guys think we should name the tavern? I think, oh, I don't know, Hillside Tavern? Oh, he picks the most generic name. But we have some dynamic surrounding mods. Or no, that's literally what it's called. We have some ambient sound mods. So you can hear some birds chirping. Nice, peaceful. I like to have the Skyrim music playing too. I feel like it really fits the theme of this mod pack. So actually, whenever I look at my analytics, I say this a lot, but I notice a lot of you guys actually watch on TV. And that's not even... It's literally like 70%. So I was really curious if you guys are watching on TV, what it looked like, how it looks. Does it look good? It looks like the sun is starting to set. And also I notice a lot of you guys like to watch the videos in the background. And I'm always curious to hear what you guys are working on whenever you're watching the videos. I've gotten a couple of really cool comments. Some people say they like watching the videos while they're studying or after they get home from work. And honestly, to me, hold on. Can I get it personal with y'all for a second? For me, that is like the best compliment. I'm actually curious to hear if any of you guys like eat food while you're watching the videos. For me, if I'm getting like lunch or something, I have to have YouTube playing. And honestly, my goal as a YouTuber is to be like that guy that people watch while they're eating their lunch. Big dreams out here, Mr. Big Dreams. This is coming together kind of nice though. I feel like we've really bonded over the... Boy, are you gonna talk about Minecraft at all? I don't know, man. Apparently, like, the only reason I yap so much in these videos is people apparently really like it or they think it's funny. And like, truth be told, if I'm being totally honest, I'm just gonna drop the truth bomb right now. How I talk in these videos is basically how I talk to my homies at work or when I'm hanging out with them. And I'm genuinely surprised it translates well into video, which is kind of nice. Something I've noticed is when I started being more just myself and not really trying to put on a specific type of image or portray myself in a certain way, the videos just turned out a lot better. Is Nick suggesting, hear me out, is Nick suggesting to be authentic in your creative outlet? Oh, now look at the stars. How could you be mad at a time like this? That's a big tree right there. Big boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's not happening. That is not happening. There we go. So at least we have a couple of bones. So if we see a puppy somewhere, we could at least get a dog. I think down there is where I put some of my torches. Got some light up down there. Oh, if we find lava, we'd be kind of lit. We'd be so lit if we found some lava right now. Okay, so this is what we're working with. We have a nice little flat piece of land. Honestly, in today's economy, this would be worth like 30 mil. All right, let's eat up some food here. We're dying. We're out here dying. Okay, that's exactly why we need to have a like a farm up here, because just like that, we're already out. Just like that, we're already out. All right, I'm gonna start laying down the foundation here. Oh, yeah, I heard footsteps. I heard footsteps. I didn't like what I was hearing. So I think what's kind of interesting is even though Conquest Reforged is more of a creative mode mod, they went into the detail of actually texturing out the mobs. And from what I know, I'm not sure who did all the texturing, but it's all like done in the Conquest Reforged team. So all the 14,000 new blocks, someone actually went in there and textured it out, which I think is like, that's just crazy to me. All right, so for the tavern, we're gonna do something kind of basic, dare I say. Whenever I'm doing this, I have to kind of like count in my head. All right, now let's go 20 this way. Actually, you know what? We're gonna freestyle it a little bit. I was gonna try and make a rectangle, but we don't quite have the space for it. I was gonna try and make like a 1-to-1 copy of this build that I saw on Pinterest, but I think we can freestyle it a little bit. Like, this is a good size for a tavern. That's a nice tavern. All right, we gotta clear out some of these, because the goal with the tavern is I really want to showcase the building blocks in Conquest Reforged. So we're gonna start off with the exterior, and then as we build it up, we can start working on the furniture. It's gonna look really cool. I definitely picture like a nice fireplace coming out the top. It's just gonna feel really homey. That's kind of the goal here. Okay, actually I'm gonna extend out the build just a little bit. Just a little bit. So now we have a roughly 10 by 14 little oblong shape. Oblong? Nick, really? Do you know what oblong means? Not really. I don't know what it means. I guess technically this would be a rectangle. As he says, defeated. As he says, defeated. It's a rectangle. All right. I have a weird confession to make. Whenever I build, I have like a little routine that I do. I like to just build up the corners like this. I don't know why. It's a little routine that I've developed over time. I don't know, just because if you build straight up on the corners and then you drop down, you lose health. I guess that's why I do it. But do we have enough stone to make this happen? Fellas, be so honest. Can we pull this off? Okay, so we have to actually clear out a couple more trees on this side too. So we have to get rid of this one for sure. But we're starting to get the mountain view now. That's really what I want. Mountain view, not Mountain Dew. Oh, all right. Let's get these stones. Get these stone axes ready. All right, be so honest with me. What music are you guys into? For me, I'm kind of into, at the moment, I'm really into like pop punk music, and it's always changing. It really depends. But right now I'm really into, like Yellow Card, All Time Low, state champs, just stuff like that really gets me going. Because your boy's been hitting the gym. We're making, honestly, we're getting shredded in time for summer. Oh boy, he's acting up now. No, not really. Not really. Okay, so the forest is being cleared. Honestly, I feel like a gigantic corporation right now, chopping down all the woods right now, so we can put up a hotel. What the heck? No, I kind of get it now. I sort of get why they do it now. No, I'm just playing. Have you guys ever noticed that? I don't know if this is just like a local phenomena for me, but I've noticed that like there is just a bunch of car washes being built for no reason in my hometown. And I'm like, who needs to wash their car that much? That and like storage units. I think storage units, or whoever owns storage units, is really pulling the strings here. A lot of people think it's the government or like a secret society, but the answer has been in plain view this whole... No, what is he talking about now? What kind of conspiracy theory is he spitting? Hold on, hear me out. Hear me out. Don't even try to write me off. Don't be like, Nick, you're crazy. I'm just saying, all these storage units, all these... I feel like a late night talk show host. All these car washes. I'm just saying, someone's pulling the strings, bro. And another thing too, hold on. How is Long John Silver's still in business? For real. I don't see anybody eating there. I've never heard anybody be like, yeah, I love Long John Silver's, yet they're still in business. I'm just saying, bro. There's stuff going on, and it's not adding up. I've done the calculations. We are being controlled by a conglomerate of car washes and storage units. All right. I honestly had to get that off my chest. I feel a lot better now. If I go missing, just nail it. No, I can't even joke around like that. Hold on. Actually, hold on. Let me protect myself really quick. All of what I just said in Minecraft. In Minecraft. Actually, hold on. Pro tip. If you guys ever want to say something controversial, just say allegedly afterwards. Allegedly, that's what happened. There you go. That's how you do it. All right, now I want to think about where we can do like a little mine. Just a little mine shaft somewhere. Ooh, maybe underneath the tavern. So what we could do, we could basically have like a little trail following along here, and then just kind of ending up underneath here. I think that'd be kind of a cool look. So let's do that. I'm gonna actually do this diagonal. I've never done it this way before, but we're really out here doing the most. Nick, you doing too much. Conspiracy theories, dating stories. I don't mean to get political on you guys. After a couple of drinks. Guys, I promise not to get political this time. And then I'm like talking about how car washes and storage units are basically in control of the military industrial complex. That's literally how me and my friends' conversations go 90% of the time. But honestly, like, I might be onto something. Y'all can't even be like, no, Nick, that's ridiculous. Like, I've heard way worse theories than that. I've heard way worse theories. Like, at work, some people are really concerned about like organic foods, and they're like, do you know if this was grown in a, like, which country this was grown in? Like, they're really concerned about which country their products are coming from. And like I'll just be like, nah, homie, that was grown in a lab, dude. I just egg them on. I'm so bad. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even do that. But no, people have like theories, and I genuinely, I wanted to make my own. That's the real reason. That's the real reason, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we're not gonna find diamonds up here, but I think at the very least we can find iron, which is more than enough. I'm a simple man. You guys have to understand. For context, when I first started playing Minecraft, I was playing on like the beta versions of the game. So for me, iron was like, that was like top tier. If you could find iron, like, you were good, because it was a lot harder to find materials. All right, Nick. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what is the first version of the game you guys have played. Oh, we need to make a campfire too. For me, technically the first version of the game I played was What was it? It was the browser version of the game. So it was called Minecraft Classic. And basically, it was a browser version. It was free because I couldn't buy the real game at the time. So that was my way of playing Minecraft. And it was basically creative mode, but it was very bare bones. I think there's only like 12 or 8 blocks that you could play with. I remember you could use glass, brick, obviously cobblestone, bookcases, stuff like that. Oh, actually something I just noticed too is whenever you break the blocks, you can kind of see the connected textures changing in real time. It's kind of freaky. I feel like I just took like a Benadryl or something. Okay. But it was really fun. And I would just spend hours playing that. And you could play it in the browser, honestly. It was kind of lit. It might have been better than this. Ooh, actually, seeing the campfire, we 100% need to have a fireplace in here. And a trick I learned is if we put hay underneath the fireplace, the smokestack like rises up super high. I don't know why my voice is cracking so much, but it rises up super high. So if we were to head down to those mountains over there, we could see our tavern from way down there. So actually what I want to do, I want to change up the doorway a little bit. Nah, hold on. What's he doing now? What's he changing up now? Something I've never done. Actually, hold on. Let him yap for a second. I need to get this off my chest. Something I have never done. I've never put the doorway right in the middle of a build. Have y'all ever done that before? I'm going to do it this time though. Right. And what we want to do with this is actually give our doorway like a little archway. So what we're going to do, bring that part of the door out a little bit. And we also need to add some tutoring up here too. So let's get some logs ready to go here. I think for the tutoring, we're just going to use our spruce logs. So check this out. We take, oops, hold on. Let me take a bunch of stacks here. We take these and we simply put these into the stone cutter, right? And again, the stone cutter is how you gain access to all those thousands of different blocks. So for the upstairs, what I want to do a mix of these diagonal frame tutoring blocks and then the box frame. And using a combination of these two, I feel like we'll have a really, really cool looking second floor. So I think I only need 2 stacks of each, or 1 stack of each rather. And then something else I want to do to really complete the look of our doorway is let's put our stone in the stone cutter and grab a gothic archway. Just like I need to cop me a goth baddie at the thrift store. Actually, no, I don't even think goth girls go to the thrift store. They're too busy like piercing their noses and like dyeing their hair and all kinds of other strange ritual. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know where I was going with that. You know what? Hold on. Can I just say my piece? Can I just say my piece? I was dating goth girls back when it wasn't cool, okay? They done gentrified the goth girl, bruh. Goth girls nowadays aren't even like actually goth. They're just e-girls. Goth girls when I was in school, they were like, they had issues and that's why we loved them. Anyways. Nah, what's Nick saying now? Hold on a second. He might be onto something. Nick might actually be onto something with this one, fellas. Nah, I'm just good. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing. So I'm gonna, yeah, this is the first time I've ever done an expose on myself. No, this is the first time I've ever done a build where the door is in the center. But honestly, I feel like it's gonna kind of hit different. It's just gonna hit a little bit different for me. And something else I want to actually do is on this side, check this out. I'm gonna have a exterior door over here and then like a serving window or something I think would be kind of cool. So check this out. Nah, Nick going kind of crazy. Boy! Dude, I just got jump scared so bad. I got jump scared so bad by this creeper. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I forgot I was using a stone sword. And yeah, the creeper had way more health than I thought. You know what? It's actually kind of a blessing in disguise. We have to get rid of this flooring anyways, because we're going to replace it with wood. So, intentional? Was that intentional? The world may never know. But no, my controversial opinion, since I feel like if my controversial opinion is goth girls are overrated. At least the The ones on the internet that you see. Alright, never mind. Never mind. Let's just get this tavern built up here. Nick, we don't care about your... What is that called? There's like a term for it when you like write a scathing article about something. I think it's called like a hit piece or something. Like journalists will do it when they're talking about like rock stars and stuff. They'll be like, this is an unbiased review, and then the and then it's just like an expose or like whatever that word is. Okay, enough of the vocab. Enough of the vocab. We desperately need to get this tavern built up. We need the tavern built up. I think one more shovel will do it. I'm feeling optimistic. Someone's gonna be like, Nick, the only reason you don't like goth girls is because they done broke your heart. You know what? That might be true. Nah. Minecraft hits different, dude. I can't even lie. I worked kind of a short shift at work today. So your boy just like has lots of energy. I was just chilling. They're paying me to yap. They really do, actually. Hold on a second. Look at this view, though. So the reason I want to have like this little serving window out here was I was thinking it'd be really cool if we had like a little patio or something that someone could come out of, get their little drink on, you know, responsibly, drinking responsibly, of course, and then they can drive their little carriage off into the woods somewhere after the fact. All right, we're gonna need basically 7 archways. There's another creeper coming up here. Come on, dude. Seriously. Seriously. All right, I learned my lesson this time. So let's just make 7 goth baddie archways here. Bro, I can't even lie. Do your friends send you guys reels on Instagram? Ooh, actually, here's kind of a problem. So you can see here, when I place the archways, they're kind of messed up. And that's because they are in a state of being. They're kind of, you know, they're in their meditative state. So what we need to do to fix that is actually make a tool called the mallets. Thor's mallet, Mjolnir. And if we right click our archways with the mallet, it changes the state that it's in. So you can see instead of being all messed up, now it's pretty. It's so pretty, like you. So let's put an archway here and get some archways here above the serving window. We get them just like that. Sweet. All right, now for the floor, we could obviously just use regular spruce planks, but I want to do something different. I want to actually use some old oak planks. I think these look pretty sweet. So these obviously have a much cleaner look. These look more like, well, actually, hold on a second. I was just about to say these look like more like oak planks. Do you guys see what the problem is? Obviously they look like oak planks if it's old oak flooring. Oh no, y'all gotta give me a break. Actually, no, don't give me a break. Don't give me a break, I don't need it. But let's get this flooring in here. And there's a lot more decorative things we can actually do. So archways is just a single thing, single little block we can do. But it gets better. It actually does. There's a lot more we can do. And I'm really glad in retrospective, looking back about 2 minutes, that I didn't make the tavern bigger, because this is gonna get kind of ridiculous pretty fast here. Okay, so let's actually make some doors. And you might notice that we chose to make our archways, or our doorways 3 blocks, which is kind of a problem because doors are only 2 blocks high. But if I'm just gonna place the block down there like I meant to. But we can fix that pretty easily by making something called, wait for it, a tall door. So if we put these doors in here, we have the option to create a tall door. So I want to make 2 oak tall doors. Actually, I want to make a reinforced one too to see what this looks like. So the reinforced door looks like that. And as you can see, it goes up and makes it look like we have an arch doorway here. Take our oak door, throw that in there as well. Looks pretty cool. I actually like that we have like mix match doors. Okay, cool. So actually, something else I just noticed that we have to do. we have to actually bring out our archways one block because the window blocks take up a block, but so do the archways. So we're not able to place glass on this layer because there's an archway there. So we have to actually do it on the inside here. So we'll have to make a small little adjustment to our build here, but it'll be kind of worth it. And it also adds additional depth to the build. So it's all fun and games here. There we go. Connect that down there. Okay, cool. We got like a little archway, window, doorway. Then over here we have like a little serving window thing. This one we'll leave open because it's just going to be open to the outside here. All right, now let's do the second floor here. Yeah, I'm really curious to hear if you guys have ever tried Conquest Reforged before, or if you've ever seen this mod pack showcased in videos. I've done a couple videos before showcasing this mod pack, and it's actually, I really enjoy playing it, so it's fun for me to do. Like I was kind of yapping about earlier, I like to build. Building is kind of my favorite thing to do. And with this mod pack, you can just kind of go into as much or as little detail as you want to, which is nice. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more flooring here. And actually, we have to work on the wood tutoring too. So it's kind of cool. So we can take our dark oak here, and oh, we can make alder wood. That looks kind of cool. But you can take different types of wood planks and convert them to the other ones. I think that made sense. Nick, you're doing fantastic. Your commentary skills are off the charts. All right, here we go. We're chilling. And then I'm thinking on this side somewhere we can have like a nice big fireplace. Right here we're gonna have like a little bar. Maybe right off the doorway here we'll have a staircase going up. I'm trying to think of how I want this to flow. It's like kind of diagonal path to that doorway. So maybe over here could be the staircase up. Or we could do something where it's oh, I don't know if we have enough space to make a what's the word? What's he gonna say? Like a wraparound staircase. But maybe we could go for it. I think that would just add some flair to the build. Honestly, it's one thing to have a build be functional. It's another thing to add flair to it. Flair is where it counts. There we go. Yeah. It's kind of cool. And then you have like the window right underneath there. So stairs, up. Oh, this actually has to go over one block. There we go. Something like that. Perfect. Then on the top floor here, what I want to do is kind of figure out where I want some overhangs. So I think the first order of business here, we'll just start off with some planks like that, and then we'll bring out the tutoring. So actually, yeah, we need to fix that, but basically to make up for the lack of depth and character on the outside here or along the walls, I'm just gonna kind of do it on the second floor here, at least in some parts. But actually, while we're up here, we might as well just complete the pattern. So I'm just kind of interchanging between the plain blocks and the diagonal blocks here, and this will give us like a really easy texturing without it requiring a whole lot of brain power on my part. Now all we have to do is bring all these up, and we need a couple more torches. So let me see what this looks like from the bottom floor. Yeah, we kind of have this little overhang here. Maybe what we could do, instead of having like double wide windows like this, we could further sort of add more like depth and character by having a single window on one side. Or maybe, no, hold on, here's what we'll do. We'll have a double on this side underneath our little overhang. And then on the other side, maybe we'll find a way to kind of change that just to add some variance and some texturing. So let's block this up for now. So we can do something like that, like hitting the zombie with the mallet. You know what, we might as well move everything inside now too. Now that we have ourselves established, get these bad boys inside. I think we'll have just a small little, I don't even know, like little workstation thing right here. I think that'd be kind of cool, like a really fun place to hide it, right over here in the corner. We'll put our bed in here too. just kind of temporary sleeping arrangement here. All right, now it's time to start moving everything. Right, got a skeleton shooting at us, but not a big deal. Let's put everything away for now. So I'll have to kind of get rid of this tree right here, just because it's kind of messes with our visibility a little bit. So my main focus today is just get the tavern nice and built up, looking good, showcase all the different blocks we can kind of play around with and build with. And then maybe at some point I'll kind of consider doing some additional like pathway. I like to just build everything one project at a time. I don't really like to do too much at once, otherwise I get pretty overwhelmed. As silly as that sounds, but here we go. Got rid of our floating tree problem now. All right, so now your boy has to complete the circuit here. I also want to figure out like more little overhang spots, so maybe we could do some on the side of the building over here. So I'll make sure I have all my tools with me. So here, since we have such a beautiful view of the mountain, I think it would only make sense that we have another little overhang on this side. Yeah, I think about 4 is good. Now what's kind of cool is these don't really have to be like free floating. We could actually come underneath here and do little supports. Oh, actually I have an idea. So I'm gonna bring this out a little bit off of the wall, so then I can actually do some supports underneath it. I think that would turn out kind of cool. So we can see on this side there's like a little overhang. We can just put some planks underneath for now. Then underneath here, we're going to add some beams that we haven't quite taken a look at yet. But let's just get these walls built up and then we can work on the details. And then on this side, I was thinking we could do like a little balcony. So I'm going to leave a space for a doorway about right here, like kind of parallel with that. All right, so let's go make some more tutoring. And then the upstairs will be done as far as like the wall placements go. We are going to quickly make our way through all of this wood that we've gathered. So it's kind of nice that we had to clear out some of the trees. Now let's see if we've made enough. And actually we just need a 2 wide door up here, or 2 tall. Or did I say wide? I meant tall. That's one side done. And this should be enough, I think. I think this should be enough wood. We'll have to see. And I kind of want to see what I can do with maybe like a hatch roof. I think that's what it's called. Fact check. Fact check. Maybe it's called thatch. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. TBH. Okay, either way. So we got a nice little irregularly shaped building over here. You know what? I want my window to kind of be aligned with the bar top underneath. Same with the doorway. There we go. Then over here, this is going to be like our little balcony. So I'm just going to place some temporary blocks out here. Just like that. It's going to be kind of a small balcony. More of just like a walkout, really. And let's make way for our windows. So we're just going to cut out where we want the windows to go. Let's see here. Since this is going to be like a bay window type thing, I was almost thinking we need to use slabs here instead of full blocks. So it doesn't look so bulky. And I'm just going to kind of do windows like that. Just kind of wherever, honestly. Not really thinking about placement too critically at the moment. I want this to, I want these windows to kind of line up with each other. There we go. That should be more than enough windows for the top floor there. But you know what? We have to do windows right above the door here too. There we go. And, so the next problem we kind of have is I don't actually have any glass because we haven't found any sand. And I think literally the nearest ocean is like thousands of blocks in that direction. But what we can do is we can take some of the extra wood that we have and actually turn it into wooden windows. So take some of our planks here, put these in the stone cutter, and if we scroll down, ooh, actually let me grab some of these stairs. These look really cool. But I want to make these where are they at? Where are they at? I would like to make these wooden windows. These look really cool. We have Gothic windows. We have arch. I think I'll go with the Gothic ones. These look kind of cool. So check it out. If we put these here, you can kind of see what I was talking about, how the the archways take up a block. So now we can fill in our windows at least. I like the Gothic pattern. It looks kind of cool. Adds like a little archway. Again with the goth fascination here. Your boy's really outing himself. Nick is really out here outing himself. So I'm kind of going for a little bit of a luxury item here. I'm going for a double stair in here. I don't know why. I just think a double stair looks better. To be completely honest, there's no other reason for it. No other reason. Let's get this last stair in here. Perfect. And for here, like I was mentioning before, I want to use slabs instead of full blocks, just to give it that floating staircase effect. So check this out. We can take our old oak that we have and turn these into plank boards. These look a little bit nicer than just plain like blocks, basically. Actually, you know what? Let's just make a bunch of these. Let's make a bunch of these because you can see these have like little beams underneath. Come to think of it, we should have just did that all the way across instead of blocks. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to redo this really quick. But that's kind of like, this is why I like to build in real time with you guys, because I feel like it helps show that not like the building process basically isn't a linear process. Sometimes you find better ideas after the fact, you know? And I mean, at the end of the day, there's not really a rush to get this done. We got some lightning. But check this out. I feel like these look so much better, especially on the bottom floor, because now it adds like little rafters. And it's basically like a one-to-one thing, so we don't have to do any more crafting. So let's quickly get rid of these blocks here. I hear some rustling outside. I hear some rustling. These planks here. Oh boy. Oh boy. The creepers are not being very nice to me today. They are not being very nice at all. I'm just gonna put my bed over here. Maybe we can sleep our problems away. Right, that creeper should be around here somewhere. I'm just not sure where he went. I'm terrified now. Oh, here he is. Okay, so another thing we can do too, now that our little creeper problem is gone, let's actually replace our balcony with this little plank board like that. Because yeah, that looks a lot better than just using boards or using planks. Perfect, dude. Honestly, oh boy, I'm out here placing. I'm out here placing. Honestly, this is turning out way, way cooler than I thought. A couple of hiccups here and there, but not a big deal. All right, be honest. Do you guys like actually fix the creeper hole things? Sometimes I would, but not today. Today is not one of those days. Actually, while we have this dirt, we can do something with this as well. So not only do we have obviously more blocks as far as stone and wood, we can do the same thing with dirt as well. But maybe I'll save that for a little bit later. But basically you can make terrain slabs and terrain stairs. I guess I could do like a quick little example of that. So if we take our loamy dirt here, put this in the stone cutter, you can see it gives us a bunch of different block options. So I'm gonna make half of this into stairs and then the other half into dirt slabs. So check this out. We can take our dirt stairs here and just kind of place these around, then take our dirt slabs. And the way the slabs kind of work is they're not regular half slabs, they're more like snow slabs from vanilla Minecraft. So you could just maybe do like kind of the impression of a staircase going down here, a little dirt pathway through the woods, leading off somewhere. I'm not sure where it would be going, but you kind of get the idea here. And by doing this, you can make these really cool rolling hill effect. What? Rolling hill effects kind of look? I don't even know what I was trying to say there, but your boy was at a loss for words. There we go. I felt like I was on a first date there for a second. I'm out here doing too much. I'm really out here doing too much with that. But we can make like little changes in elevation in the pathway, like little dirt hills. When I was a kid, I used to eat dirt. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but might as well throw it in there. I really wanted my truth to be spoken in that moment. I get all these down here. But yeah, we can just kind of spread these around. And it looks kind of cool. Just makes the land a little bit more visually interesting. But yeah, you could literally spend hours. I know in my like long-term Minecraft world, I would literally spend hours just messing around with my pathways, like layering them, making them look ultra detailed just for no reason other than I like them that way. All right, so let's get to work here with the rest of the blocks here. But yeah, it's kind of cool using the stone cutter. It's not gonna take any more materials to make the flooring look a lot better, so it's kind of worth doing. It's kind of worth doing in this case. So a little bit later on, once we actually have the tavern built up structurally wise, it's going to be really cool to try and actually furnish it, because not only are there building blocks, there's also furniture blocks that we can play with too. So that'll be pretty fun to mess around with. Another thing we have to actually do too is we need to get windows on the side of the building, but I think the windows on the side are just going to be more like those basement style windows where the light kind of comes down into the tavern rather than it being something you look outside of. Just because we do have like an outside little area that people could stay at if they want to. So let's clear out the rest of this floor here. Get it replaced with our floor planks. And we can even add like support beams and stuff, but I'll do that a little bit later. But this build is really going to start looking like a tavern with this floor done. So these blocks technically take up more space than just a singular block, so there's a little bit of overlap, but I am just choosing to fill every block. That way when we go up there and build, it'll be a little bit easier. Okay, never mind, forget what I said. I'm just gonna go every other block, that just to kind of save on resources. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, I'll just do every other block. Nah, I feel like that's totally unnecessary. And also, I need to figure out where I want my my fireplace too. Oh, what the heck? That freaked me out for a second. It's just a wandering trader. What's he got for sale? Cyan, coral. Dude, this guy totally freaked me out. What the heck? Freaky dude, bro. Freaky dude. I think the only place we'll have to really overlap these is this guy will get out of my way. It's like on things like stairs here. This will just kind of have to go over that. Don't really mind if I make a couple extra. It's not a big deal. Okay, cool. Now the flooring's done up here, but you can see on the bottom floor it looks a lot cooler. So on the outside here, just kind of want windows every couple of blocks. Maybe we'll just copy what we have here. So 3 in. We only need a couple of windows, because you're not really going to want to be looking at the view from inside the tavern. It's more of just like, you're more just in here enjoying your drink, enjoying your friends, or time with friends. I don't know why I said enjoying your friends. Hopefully you're not eating your friends. I don't know about that though. Okay. Get this sorted up. Honestly, this sort inventory mod is it's a must-have for me. It is a must-have for me. Originally I wanted to go for a thatch roof, but I think just a standard slate roof would look kind of cool. But before we get into that, we need to gather up more stone and actually fix up the walls here. So let's make a couple of pickaxes. I think just one will be fine, to be honest with you. Let's go down here and start mining for more materials. So the only downside of being so high up is that it's going to be kind of difficult to get better materials other than iron. But honestly, if we have like a full set of iron, I wouldn't be too mad about that. Oh, we just found coal too. That's actually kind of perfect. So I'm not really sure if the if still life in Lithosphere changes where the ores are distributed. That was kind of a hard word for me to say, but I got it out. But I feel like it's a lot harder to find materials just in general, but I'm not really sure. That might just be a skill issue. So let's get this coal really quick. Honestly, I really needed this because I did not bring my torches with me. Let's just dig down. I'm just going to do a little staircase. Really doesn't have to go anywhere. I'm just going to kind of like inch my way towards diamond level. I need to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up like an ore guide and just kind of strip mine on that level. But either way, we're getting stone, so kind of getting 2 things done at once here. Get you a man who can multitask. What level are we at? We're at 147, so we're pretty high up. So not only are there archways, but there is also slabs we can play with the stone. So I'm gonna get just a couple of stacks of cobblestone here so I can kind of showcase that, because that is gonna turn our blocky little tavern into something kind of special. She'll be a real looker after this one. So I cannot even lie. Today at work was actually so much fun. I kind of mentioned it briefly earlier, but I was kind of just hanging out with coworkers. I had what is called like basically a mid shift, which is more or less just like an assist. I was basically an assist on hand. Because how our job works is basically we have openers and we have closers. Openers is like the most important job. Closers are kind of the chill job. And the mid shift is like, I don't even know why I have a job, but I was there and we were getting paid, baby. But if you have a closer and a mid shift, because you normally don't have both, it's kind of lit. It's kind of lit because you can get everything done in one go. And then as a result, like the days moving forward are a lot smoother because you're able to be more efficient. Anyways, so today went pretty well. And then on top of that, my grandmother called me, right? And she was like, hey, I made spaghetti for dinner. And for reference, for just on the record here, spaghetti is 100% my favorite food of all time. Especially when my grandmother makes it. She's not Italian, but you would think she is because it absolutely smacks. And I like intentionally did not eat all day because I knew I was gonna get home and like just chow down on spaghetti. Like spaghetti with meatballs basically. And it was so good, dude. It was unbelievably good. But before I went home, I did something a little bit crazy. Dare I say, a little bit controversial. Hold on, I gotta sleep this off. Wait, we have a llama over here. Buddy, what are you doing? Okay, we have a lead. So I guess the llama got stuck in our house. Anyways, hold on, let me sleep this off. So, the other day was Valentine's Day, and I hope you guys had a good Valentine's Day. And if you didn't, it's overrated anyways. But I hope you guys had a good one. Actually, hold on, let me get this stone cutter thing sorted out here. So I'm gonna actually grab some vertical slabs here. Grab a bunch of these actually. So Valentine's Day was the other day, and basically we had a bunch of flowers left over. So what the manager decided to do was like mark down the flowers, and like a bouquet that was like $30 on Valentine's Day was literally like $3. So I did a little something. I got my grandmother and my mom some flowers, right? Ooh, and we just got a potato too. Let's go. No good deed goes unpunished. But hold on, before I get into this story, because there is a little bit of a tidbit in here. But with the slabs here, what I'm doing is basically bringing the wall out on the corners here. And to me, I think this just makes the build look better. That's all I can really say about that. So bringing it out by 2 on the bottom and then just kind of fanning out from there. But you can kind of see it makes it look like a stone wall instead of it just being like a flat texture. So it looks really, really cool in my opinion. But check this out on like the bottom here, where the stone is kind of going into the floor. I'm just gonna kind of texture this out a little bit. I'll do that. Wandering Trader freaked me out. I have a I'm freaking out. I have muscle memory from that creeper that snuck up on me earlier. Let's kind of bring out the wall here. Again, just kind of like bringing it out, fanning it around. And then there we go. We have like a little basic texturing going on here. I just feel like that adds something to the build that was missing before. Now what I want to do is, we could actually do the same thing with the tutoring too. But I just realized we haven't completed the windows. And we also need to get like food going too. So I need to make a bucket and get maybe like some water or something. I'm not in like a huge rush to do that at the moment. It's just kind of a eventually we'll do that. But let's take our extra tutoring that we have here and check this out. Put this in the stone cutter. Grab some of these vertical slabs. Oh, these might be the wrong ones. That's okay. And basically with these, let's grab some dirt too. With these, what we can do is kind of bring the tutoring out. And now instead of this looking like just a flat little texture, it'll actually look like wood paneling. So I think that's just kind of a cool, simple effect we can do. Oh, but anyways, continuing back on this flower thing, so I went to check out with at the register, right? So I had my flowers with me. I was looking like a little dork because I had my work uniform on. Honestly, though, I do look kind of fly in the work uniform. I'm just gonna toot my own horn there. Credit where credit's due. All that. So I was looking kind of dorky, but kind of fly at the same time. Honestly, is it dorky if you own it? I think it's only dorky if you kind of be like, no, it's not really my thing. But no, that was my thing. I rocked it. So I bring it up to the register, and the person checking me out, she's like looking at the flowers. And she was looking at me, and she's like, "Who are these for?" I don't know. I think people assume that I'm like dating somebody because I'm never really. I don't know. Anyways, so I was like, I don't know. I didn't really think about it. It probably did look like I was probably buying for them for somebody, but I'm like, they're for you. Obviously, I was like, did we not talk about this? No, not really. That'd be so funny. That'd be actually kind of funny. I do actually, hold on. I have another kind of funny register story I can share, but I was like, no, these are for my mom and my grandma. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. I don't know. Do y'all buy flowers for your mom and your grandma? Y'all need to do that. I should not be the one telling you that. You should be doing that on your own. But no, I figure like literally the flower bouquets were $3, and dating tip, hold on, pro dating tip here. Always rip the price tag off no matter what it is. Especially if it's flowers. You don't want your girl knowing you spent $3 instead of the $30. You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. I don't know though. I think like, all jokes aside, I think in dating, you don't want to be that guy that's like, you know, how can I say this? You don't want to be the guy that's like not willing to spend money on his person, you know? I don't know. That's just not a good look. Not a good look. I mean, now listen, you know, to be transparent, there was times when I may or may not have forgotten my wallet on the first date. And by forgot, I mean it was in my car and I didn't want to grab it. You know, whatever. I don't want to hear nothing about that. But with that being said, I feel like you shouldn't like be clutching your purse or clutching your man purse or your wallet. I don't know. Like it's worth spending an extra couple bucks if it makes somebody happy, in my opinion. Because to be honest, I mean, like, what does it actually cost to make somebody happy? I think it's worth it, whatever it ends up being. I just realized too, I like messed up my my window thing here in my yap, but whatever, we can kind of fix it after the fact here. All right. Wait, did Nick just say he left his wallet on the first date? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. You don't do. I mean, yeah, you know what? Never mind, bro. Only do that if you don't want a second date. Okay, there we go. That's the right way to phrase it. All right, now on the inside here, we need to get more windows. We need more windows. All right, let's just make 32 windows. That should be more than enough. And then we'll have some extra left over. Let's get these in here, because then we'll at least have windows. And once we get the roof on here, it's gonna look really, really cool, actually. It's gonna look really cool. I think these will look especially cool on these like singular block windows here. All right, let's move our little stone cutter thing we got going on here. Place this with our stone like that. We kind of trapped the villager in there, but he's fine. Don't worry about him. I think I might get rid of the tutoring on this little overhang and just kind of leave it on the walls like that. But already things are coming together. I think that honestly the wandering trader can stay. He's our guest for the night. He's like, huh? Yeah, he's our guest, so we're just gonna let him hang out here, do his thing. Him and the llama. All right, now we just need to work on the roof. Or actually, no, let's get our fireplace in here. It's gonna be a nice big hearth fire right here. Where's our stone? Get this boy some stone. And what we're gonna do with the stone is actually turn this into our gray whack cobble. I think 32 should do it. So how do I want to frame this out? The llama is kind of throwing me off for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why the llama is throwing me off. I'm gonna blame him. I'm blaming him for my problems. But something like that. And then over here is gonna kind of be like the bar area. But let's grab some archways here. I'm just gonna kind of put these on the side here. That so we have a nice arched fireplace. We should definitely do some on the inside too. So for that, I'm gonna go for the Gothic archways again. Kind of misplaced this one. Not a big deal. It's not the end of the world yet, but if I do it again, then okay, no, we're good. I connect it like that. Then maybe we should do kind of finish it there, or no? If we replace the backing like that, I think that kind of fixes it, or at least it makes it look like it's going up, out that way. I mean, if we need to, I guess technically we could just get rid of these. Wrong one. Hold on. Trying to experiment with this in real time. How bad does this look? I mean, if we need to, we could just have the chimney go straight up, but I kind of want to avoid that if possible. Oh yeah, we could just do that. That actually kind of works. So then at least it looks like it's going up. Or could we do like a another archway there? I don't know. Anyways, either way, get rid of these blocks here. I just realized these I like put our little texturing thing on the outside here. I don't know if I want this to like show up on the outside because I don't really want the chimney on the side of the build. I kind of want it to come out the middle, but I don't know. We'll figure this out. We'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, for me, building is never really a simple thing. It's just kind of like trial and error. And then eventually I feel like I kind of get the hang of it after a while. I mean, this roughly looks like a fireplace. So now let's actually make some campfires. So we need logs. We need a couple of logs, some sticks, and coal. And we'll make 3 of them, just like that. And then it looks kind of weird because it's just like open. So let's take more of our gray whack cobble here, throw this into the stone cutter, and we can make these quarter slabs. Grab these, just kind of place them like that. Kind of helps blend in the fireplace. There we go. Now we have a nice warm hearth fire in here, keeping everything nice and warm. Ooh, actually, something I just realized, we could have made like a smaller campfire, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's kind of worth it because it'll help blend it in a little bit better. All right, let's take our campfires, and if we put these into the stone cutter, we can make these smaller ones. So a little bit of a material loss, but to be honest, it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, now it looks like actual fireplace instead of like whatever we had before. That's a great way to put it, Nick. Good job. It looks a lot nicer. I guess technically in the back we could do that that thing we were doing, like this larger campfire, like with the wood. I think that would like kind of look good in the back part. So like right there, yeah. So then there's wood kind of burning. I think that's worth it. All right, now we want to work on the bar too. And also I want to work on maybe having some window shutters out here. And there's going to be a nice little railing. That way people don't like get drunk and fall off the cliff. Because honestly, I don't know if you guys were in college or university, depending on where you're from. But when I was in college and my buddies and I got like a little tipsy off the hay juice and the apple juice and whatever else we were drinking, we would like, I literally had a buddy, shout out to my homie Ryan. He jumped out of his 2nd floor. Okay, first of all, I don't even know if I should continue this story because this is just bad. Basically, you know, we got a little tipsy and we thought he thought it would be funny. I wasn't there. Let me just throw that out there. I was not there. he thought it would be funny to like jump out of his second floor dorm room. It might have been the third. And like he landed in some bushes underneath the window. And like he was totally fine afterwards. And like he didn't have his room key. So his roommates had to like go down, meet him at the first floor to let him back into the dorm room. But this man literally yeeted himself out the window. So anyways, the reason I'm bringing that up is we definitely need at least a railing here. So if someone does yeet themselves down the cliff because they feel like they're Superman, they'll at least be kind of safe about it. I don't know. Okay, so check this out. I was thinking, since we have some extra slabs, we could kind of cover the back of the fireplace. Because I don't really like the gray wax cobble coming out the side of the building, even though that sort of makes sense. So we can cover it with slabs like this. And I was thinking we just kind of taper it in like that. Like that to me looks kind of cool, because then there's sort of like an inkling or like a little indication that there's a fireplace or something there. But it's like a little bit more subtle and blended in. Dude, this is turning out really, really nice. I'm really excited with what we have so far. So I think our next order of business is actually getting a roof on here. And I feel like once we have a roof, the tavern's gonna look really, really, really hot. But yeah, so far we have like we have something kind of solid going on here, fellas. I can't even lie. I can't even lie. Wait, did we forget to do, I think we forgot. Oh wait, no we didn't. We have windows up here, we're good. We're good. So we just need some slate, which means we need a lot of stone. We only have 44 at the moment. I think for the tavern roof, I'm gonna do something a little bit unorthodox. Just a little bit unorthodox, but it's gonna turn out kind of fire. It's gonna turn out so fire, fellas. I wonder if a double stack is a double stack of what is it called? Cobblestone gonna be enough. So let's just turn all of this actually into some dark slates. And we're gonna wanna make a couple of stairs. I'll do a stack of stairs to start off with. Actually no, I'll do 1.5. And I have like a little plan for the roof. It's gonna be a little bit interesting. Let's see. Gotta get rid of this tree here. But the idea for the roof here, oops, this place, as Bob Ross would call that is a happy accident. But we start off with stairs, and then we go for full blocks here. And this will give the roof like a really cool, steep and mysterious look. Man, I don't know about you guys. Fellas, back me up on this one. But whenever I'm at work, well, basically, I have like a nickname, or like everybody has like some sort of nickname for me at work, and it's everything except my actual legal name. I've been called everything from like Pookie to Nikki to like it just everything in the book other than my legal name. Everything other than Ice NickStyles. Like, bruh, it's not that hard to pronounce. But I don't know. I think it's kind of endearing, but it's also like weird at the same time. I've even had somebody, we have this like older coworker, and like her and I get into like banter occasionally because we're just lit like that. We're just kind of turnt like that. And she'll call me Nicholas, which is like my full name. Like, she'll call me my full name, and I was like joking with her. I was like, yo, you can't call me that. Like, you can't call me my full name while I'm at work. Because I feel like I'm in trouble, and she started laughing. But I don't know. Have you guys ever experienced name discrimination? Where people call you everything except your actual name? No pet names before marriage, please. Should I make like a little post? No pet names before marriage. I don't know. At least it's not bad names. When I was in school, people would call me bad names. Oh, screw those people. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know though. I don't even know. I think when I was like in school, I didn't really have, well, I had like my group of friends I would hang out with, but I was generally liked which was kind of nice because I was always funny and like handsome and tall and all that stuff. So I was always generally liked, but like I was saying, I was kind of shy. I was shy. I like how I'm sharing my entire life story with y'all as I'm putting this roof together. I feel like it's very cinematic in that way. But yeah, something like that. So I want to kind of cap off this roof like that, so that way it kind of blends into the rest of the roof a little bit better. A little bit better. Brother, what are you saying? Alright, just like that. Just like that. Now, when we come over here, it'll be nice and connected. Nice and connected. Your boy wants connections. Alright, I'm not really sure how many I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be a big old boy roof here. Something like that. Look at this view though. Oh, this tavern's gonna kind of hit. Tag 3 friends you would get absolutely blasted here with. Oh, man. I think I don't know. I can't really share too many stories along that line, but I mean, one time, I don't know if you guys ever went to college, but, or university or the equivalent, but, when I was college age and I was like hanging out with my buddies that were in school, there's these things called like frats or fraternities, and basically they were like clubs that you could go drinking at before you were supposed to drink. That was a thing. And basically my homie was in a frat, so we would all like go hang out at the house or whatever. And what's kind of weird though is my buddy was like, he went to school up north from where we are, so a different school, and then he got kicked out of school. But I guess if you're in a frat, it doesn't matter if you're in school or not. You just have to be in the frat, I guess. Anyways, so we would like all hang out, and he would like bring us over to the house. We'd meet all the brothers, and like when I don't even know how to describe these guys other than all they like to do is like party. And like, to no fault of their own, because that's how they were. Oh my gosh, I think I just snapped my legs. All right, do you guys think this roof is a little bit too steep? I think that might be too much. So let's chop that part off here. This might be a little bit too much. But like, whenever you guys think of like just a dude slash bro, that's how I would describe these fraternity brothers. And I was like just getting out of high school, so I thought these guys were like adults. But now looking back, I realize like, oh, they were basically just like kids. You know, like I think the oldest one that was at that house was probably like in his mid-20s, and it was because he was like a 5th year college student. He was like a college student that like never graduated. But they were really cool, at least to me. I think, oh, we need to go find food or something. Or I might have to find an alternate solution here. Let me make sure my bed is spawned in, or my spawn point is set. I think right there is a good height for the roof. With that being said, all right, let's just eat ourselves out of here. Like my buddy yeeted himself out of the 2nd floor window of his college apartment. I don't even know why I was bringing up this frat story. I just thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, I'm curious if any of you guys have ever had any interactions with like frat kids or anything like that. Okay, so I think, and therefore I am supposedly, maybe we're just gonna do like one level above whatever this is. Show wrong way. I like how we just have a llama chilling out in our house. He's literally living his best life right now. What a handsome feller. Oh boy, I'm out here making grievous mistakes. All right, let's get these stairs set up here. I think we can cap it like that. That's fine. All right, what do you guys think of this new height? I think that's a little bit more reasonable. That's slightly more reasonable than how we had it. All right, now let's just connect everything up. I don't know. Whenever I think of like a tavern, I do think of it having roofs that are just like really, really steep like this. Is that even? I guess it is. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. It's supposed to be. Oh, no, it's not. It is not. Okay. Your boy has stayed up way past his bedtime. I'm crunching the numbers right now. I've done the calculations, and we are way past our bedtime. But somehow it lines up. I'm so confused right now. I'm genuinely confuzzled. Okay, I think I figured it out. I basically messed up on this sign. I made a little mistake, but I think it actually benefited us because I was able to lower the roof a little bit. So it's only going to kind of be steep on the sides, but then as it gets up, it's just going to convert into stairs. But I think that looks pretty sweet. Hold on, hear me out on this one. I was considering maybe replacing the stairs with like blocks, but we're already out of blocks, so yeah, we just need to sleep and go get a bunch of stone. All right, it's a new day, new me. Let's go. But we do have more blocks actually, or actually these are the old slate roof tiles. Boy, y'all are wildin'. Zombies are burning. They're burning. All right, we're just gonna have to go get a bunch of stone. So let's make up some pickaxes and be on our happy little way. Be on our happy way. There we go. So I'm just gonna make a full set of iron tools here. I'm over this stone stuff. I guess honestly we do have to kind of like cover up this window so mobs can't get in. All right, now we got our health back. Let's actually go mining. So I feel like 3 iron pickaxes, we should be able to get a sizable amount of stone here. I do like how the in the Bliss shaders you can kind of see the sunlight coming through like cracks in the wall. Actually really, really cool. But yeah, I honestly do not even remember why I was talking about fraternities, but I do want to say this, like the fraternity that was, I don't want to name the organization. I don't want to get sued. But they had, at my local university, they were like the only fraternity. And they had like a huge freaking house, like a nice house. And when you went inside, you'd be like, oh, it's going to be nice in there. But there was just like red Solo cups literally everywhere. And it was just like, it smelled like, basically if you've ever smelled a guy without deodorant on, that's what it smelled like in there. But no, these dudes literally, they would just like dap you up. And like for what, I wasn't like in college, so I couldn't even join one if I wanted to. But basically, I don't even know how my buddy was in one because he was at a different school. But I guess if you're in the same frat, you can visit other frats or something, or other chapters, I guess. Anyways, and then he eventually like got dropped out of school, but I guess he was still in the fraternity for whatever reason. It was very confusing. But it was a really fun time hanging out with those guys. I don't know if any of them ever graduated, come to think of it. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know. But I do have a couple stories about my friend that was in this frat, and none of them are good. He was a cool guy, but like all of his stories are like, I don't even know if I could share them. Like they're worse than the ones that I share about my like wanting to like meet up with my friend's mom. Actually, I don't even want to meet up with her. I'm trying to take her out to dinner. But we're finding iron, which is really, really nice. My goal now, to be honest, is just get this roof finished, get some furniture going, and then that'll be the tavern nice and done. We are finding coal too, which is good. I do want to either find more farm animals, or we need to find a like a source of water, so that way we can make a water bucket and start a farm up here. Because being so high up in the mountains, at least I don't see any water nearby except the ocean, which is like thousands of blocks away. And also I looked up a guide online. It's on Reddit, and it was like ore distribution, and apparently at Y level whatever we're at, there's a lot of iron ore, so that's good enough for me. At least we're getting our iron tools back and replenished. But I don't really know. I'm not even trying to strip mine at this point. I'm just trying to grab as much coal as I can, or not coal, as much stone as I can, and I'm trying to share with you. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other fun stories I can share with y'all. I don't know. Ooh, did I share this story about oh no. Wait, yeah, I did. Wait, hold on. I don't think I shared this story. So the other day I was at a supplement store, and actually hold on, let me check. Okay, I had to double check to make sure I didn't share this story. Okay, so the other day, so your boy has been hitting the gym. I started hitting the gym, right? And somebody in the last video was mentioning like, oh, girls don't watch Minecraft videos or something like that, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. But I went to the supplement store like across the street from the gym, and I was because I needed some protein powder or whatever. Or no, what did I need? I needed pre-workout. And for context, I don't really take any sort of like supplements or anything like that. I feel like they're kind of a waste of money. You're better off just like eating. You're better off just eating. But I got into a conversation with this I don't know. I wanted to say desk lady, but she's not a desk lady. She's a person too. No, she's like the cashier, I guess, that was working at this store. And you know, I was telling her like how I was getting back in the gym, and she was like asking me like, oh, what gym do you go to? And I was like, I go to blah 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 blah. I go to Lanky's gym at this address at this time. And she's like, oh, cool. And I was like, kind of explaining to her, I'm like, well, I spend, you know, a lot of time at home. I kind of work from home basically these days. She's like, oh, what do you do? And I guess like I've gotten to the point now. I used to be so embarrassed by this, but I've gotten to the point now where I'll actually tell people I do YouTube, right? I don't know. And she was like, oh. She was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And she started asking me about it. Or she was like really curious about it for some reason. She was asking like, so you like do that as your job? I'm like, kinda. She's like, oh wow, that's really, really cool. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of the reason why I like to shop local, because I know how difficult it is to like start something and stick with it, you know? I mean, it's a little bit different when you have a business versus making YouTube videos. But anyways, she's asking me like, oh, what do you make? And I was like, well, basically I do gaming. And she's like, oh, what do you play? I was like, well, I play Minecraft. And she's like, no freaking way. No freaking way. I love Minecraft. And I was like, what? So yeah, there you go. There's proof. Apparently, gym girls do watch Minecraft. So whoever made that comment, no, I'm just playing. I don't like to call people out. It's not even a call out, but it was just like a random story I wanted to share. I don't know though. I've never met like a person who doesn't like Minecraft. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that don't like it, but they're probably not people that you would talk to. But no, I feel like, so it was kind of weird. Like I went into this store just to buy a supplement basically, but it turned into this whole like interaction where I was kind of explaining like how YouTube works and like what kind of stuff I do. And she's like telling me how she likes to play Minecraft, and like she has like all these like worlds, and she's like, dude, that game's so much fun. I'm gonna go play it when I get home. I was like, that's cool, dude. That's cool, man, you know. But I feel like Minecraft has such a large player base just because you can really play it at any age. Did that make sense? Did I get that out in a coherent manner? And I just think that's the cool thing about it, is that like you can play it at any age, and you know, it's cool. Like I'm an adult, kind of, maybe not mentally, but physically, and I still really enjoy playing Minecraft, especially after a long day of work. And y'all aren't gonna believe this, but your boy don't have work tomorrow. Let's go. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm honestly kind of hyped not having to work tomorrow. I can like stay up as late as I want, be as irresponsible as I want, and just play Minecraft all night. So I'm gonna just go through these pickaxes because I need as much stone as possible. I need a lot of it. I guess it was kind of a waste going for like iron tools instead of just using, you know, the stone tools. But I'm in a hurry here. Your boy is in a hurry. This is probably the worst strip mine design you guys have ever seen. I'm just kind of like cutting shapes into the mountain because I think it's kind of cool. I mean, why not? Why does everything have to be like perfectly lined up? It looks cooler if it's like messed up like this anyways. I like doing little diagonal pathways through the mountain. But like in our little super inefficient strip mine, we found 16 iron, which is kind of good. That's good enough. I mean, do you really need that much iron in the grand scheme of things? That's enough to make like a bucket and some tools. We at least recuperated our tools. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to use this last one all the way until completion. Until completion. Let's just take what we got. Get out of her. Get out of her, bruh. Oh, it's nighttime already. Pretty. The sky's so pretty. So some other things we have to do in addition to making the roof, we need to make some supports, which we can do really quick. Wait, where's our... We need to find our stripped logs. These ones, actually. So check these out. If we put these in here, we can make these things. Thing is, called beams. So let's make 4 of them. Check these out. You can put these underneath the siding there, and we need our mallet. Where is my mallet? Boy. I literally got jump scared. What the heck? Okay. At least our building is made out of stone, so not the biggest deal. And honestly, we needed to make a patio anyways, so it is what it is. Okay. Here we go. Just a quick little redecoration. Zombies coming after us. Dude, I did not know Minecraft could be scary. And then we can extend it out like that. So now we have like some supports. Looks cool. And we can even do that kind of running along the walls here. So let's make a couple of more. Boy! You know your boy's out here doing too much when his vocab, when his words start coming out wrong. It's because I'm nervous. Oh, I just realized it doesn't line up. Your boy is out here making the worst possible mistakes. That is the worst possible mistake I could have made. Well, actually, you know what? It's not that bad. We're not that cooked, because we could do something like this and just replace this with blocks. That's my plan. Good plan, Nick. Good plan. Just like that. Just go all the way across. There we go. Something like that. Honestly, I think that looks kind of good. Having like a beam going across the build like that. Or should we... hold on a second. Hold on a second. No, hold on. We're gonna redo this whole thing. We are going to redo this entire thing. Okay, now I see what happened. Your boy made a slight misjudgment. I spoke too soon. We don't have to redo anything. Put our beams like that. I wish it kind of lined up with these, but I don't know if that's possible. But it's because we, there's like a full block right there. So if we get rid of that, then we can put our beams back. There we go. Just like that. Doesn't really make sense because we have a staircase here, but either way, I think that looks cool at least. Come on, guys, please. Hype me up. Hype me up. All right, let's just go to sleep. Let's go to sleep, and then in the morning we'll add some more supports. So definitely on this one over here, because it sticks out pretty far. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I did not realize how good this mountain looks in the morning time. It's like super hazy. Super hazy, and it looks really cool. Okay, so this, let's kind of bring these all the way up, actually. But might as well. We might as well. I think I gotta redo that. I 100% have to redo this floor, or at the very least, use a different type of floor. If we have more tutoring, I could just use that instead. Yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. Having like the little supports coming out. It also adds like a little decorative element to the build here. Adds some like warmth to it because the stone is like a very cold texture, whereas the wood is like nice and warm and neutral. Come over here. Add our little balcony. Add our little balcony. Oh my, bruh. Did we really run out? Not the biggest deal in the world. Not the biggest deal in the world. We do need to actually, I do want to extend this balcony out a little bit. Just think it looks, no, never mind. Don't extend it. Don't extend it. We just need one more, little beam. Or we could do the lazy way is what I like to call it. Let's grab one of these, oh no, we can't. Oh, dang it. Never mind. Lazy never pays well anyways. Lazy never pays well anyways. Let's just make one more. Yeah. I was thinking we could just grab one of these stone slabs, but not the case. Not the case today. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave our balcony how it is. Like just this little, tiny little section right there. And now we just need to finish the roof. Let's get this going. We have our furnaces. Let's get some iron cooking up here. Then I think like two stacks of stairs and then 2 stacks of slate roof tiles will kind of do it for us. I'm thinking we need more stairs than tiles, but let's just figure this out as we go. Let's figure it out as we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're making moves, but they happen to be the wrong ones. So it's kind of cool since the tutoring is kind of sticking out from the wall a little bit. It almost adds like an element of support to the roof tiles above it. At least in my mind. At least in my mind it does. I think for this, you know what? I'm gonna try just kind of connecting these 2 roofs together. I think this will look a little bit more what I was thinking of. I think this will look a little bit better at least. Because originally I wanted to like have that extend all the way out here, but I think this is going to turn out a little bit closer to what I was thinking. Just like this. Let's just kind of extend this all the way over. This honestly might turn out kind of ugly, kind of chopped. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. It just has to keep the rain out of our soup. If it can do that, then it is a good roof, in my opinion. In my opinionated piece. And then right here, we can just kind of like cap it with that. I think that kind of blends. It's gonna blend really nice. Oh yeah, we need like significantly more significantly more roof tile stairs than blocks. But I was thinking like, why don't we just do something like this? Add some like chunkiness to the roof. I think this would be kind of cool. It'll just add like a little bit of variance in the texturing. Maybe we could do like 2 layers like that. And we'll just have to repeat the same thing on the other side. I don't know why. Roofs always take me so long to do. But once they're done, it is so satisfying. Yeah, here's what we're going to do on this side. We're going to add our little blocks like that. And then that'll kind of act as like a buffer almost. Like between the 2 sides here. It'll kind of like transition between the stairs and the blocks. Make it look a little bit nicer. Dude, the view from up here is crazy though. I was thinking we could 100% add some like gables up here, like little windows. Alright, be honest, was I cooking with the stairs and blocks combo? You can be honest with me. I think so. I think so. And also we could kind of mess around with our little, with some of the building blocks that we have too. So we could add like slate roof slabs. What else? Slate roof like quarter slabs, bunch of different things like that. Oh, I think this is solid. Kind of solid. And then right here we just have to fill in. I think for the inside of the roof I'm gonna do stone. That would just look the best to me. Okay, honestly, we are adapting. We are adapting to the climate. I really wish I was good at like Minecraft bridging. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Hypixel multiplayer gameplay, but people in that are like kind of cracked. They're kind of cracked at Minecraft. Like they can bridge and like PvP so good. So good. And your boy has to like shift walk everywhere to avoid falling off the roof. But no, I think this is it. This looks good to me. Do I have? I do. Okay, perfect. So right in the middle of the roof, I kind of want to add our little chimney. I think that'd be the crown jewel here. Okay, this should be the middle. And then basically just kind of surround it with stone. I'm gonna cut these out. Yeah, I'm doing this build like totally different than I normally would. I normally would never put the like chimney thing right in the middle of the build. But for some reason, I'm kind of feeling it right now. Let's go see what this looks like from a distance. I'm actually kind of excited to see it. Well, the fun part is going to be getting into the build. Okay, that's fine. I was like, can we do this in a way that's not going to like... Oh, bruh. Your boy's out here making rookie mistakes. But it's all good. We've been in the field. This ain't our rookie year. We got playtime this season. All right, let's bridge it over. Bridge it on over, fella. But yeah, with the different building blocks, we could add like little quarter slabs here to add like another layer between the stairs and the blocks. That is always an option. Okay, I like failed so bad right there. We're good though. Now we just need to add like a little attic floor. So let's get more of these planks here. And simply do every other block like that. And that'll be like our little attic space. Little attic space. Very, very handsome if I do say so myself. Unbelievably handsome. Okay, I see what's going on here. Something like that, basically. While we're here though, I might as well just staircase up and fill all this in with stone. I think we're definitely going to have like a big old window up here, but I'll kind of worry about that little detail later on. For now, I just want it to be stone, and then if we want to add a window, we can just cut it out later. The goal here is we want enclosure. Get this bad boy closed up. So to help basically make the roof look a little less blocky, what I want to do is on the sides here, wrong block, wrong block. I basically want to do something like this, where I just have like a little window gable coming out. Do the same thing on this side. Oh boy. Okay, we cannot fall down there because then we have to build up. But yeah, I think this will look kind of cool. It'll definitely help the roof not look super blocky, which is the main point. This is just like a little decorative piece here. So we'll just do this on both sides. And right here, we just kind of cut these out. But yeah, from a distance, the roof looks super blocky and not the prettiest thing in the world. So I think by doing this, it'll help alleviate that a little bit, and as a result, get us a better product overall. And we just need to come in here with like stone stairs basically and fill these in. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, utilizing some of the Conquest Reforged blocks here. So I was thinking we could add like little archways up here like this. I think these will look really cool. Especially building blocks. Oh, we just have to scaffold around. We just have to scaffold it around here. You know what? Honestly, we just need to do the floor. I don't even know why I'm bothering trying to decorate this right now without the floor here, but we're committed at this point. But yeah, you can see with the archways, these look a little bit cooler. Then, instead of doing stairs, I'm going to actually add these little archways here too. I'm actually really excited to see what this looks like, where we take a look at it from downstairs. But yeah, now we have like little gables kind of going in there, little windows. And then up here, we'll have like a chimney with like a smokestack coming up. It'll look really cool. At least that's the plan. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if it doesn't end up cool and people are like, Nick, this is the lamest thing I have ever seen in my life. It's like, first of all, you're lying. First of all, you're lying. And second of all, no, it isn't. Okay, here we go. I think it should look pretty cool. Just gotta make our way back inside. Like that. And then, something else I want to do is kind of fix up the roof a little bit. So we have these like, basically it's called like a roof. It looks like a stair, but it's for roofs. And you put it on the inside, and it adds like a, almost like a curve to the roof. So I'll share. Oh, I can't put it into words because you make me nervous, but I can build it at least. I can build it at least. All right, hold on. Hold on a second here. Let's just turn the rest of these into our little plankies, little plank floors. So I'm not really sure how many rooms I want the tavern to be. I haven't really thought that far ahead, to be honest with you. But it's gonna be pretty roomy up here. Like, we have a lot of open space. So I at least want a couple of bedrooms. Just because I want to kind of showcase the different furniture we can play around with in this mod pack. Yeah, it should look like this, roughly. It should look roughly like this. Oh, wow, just like that, we already went through all the flooring we had to make some more. There we go. And I'm trying to think of where I kind of want the access to be. I think maybe right here we'll have like a ladder going up. Because the idea here is you go up the stairs, and maybe this is like a little seating area so you can look out at the mountain out here, and then over here is like a view, one with a balcony, one with like a front view. Actually, let's use our stone here, kind of just kind of work with what we got here. Well, you know what? Actually, hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Maybe you'll go up the stairs. Basically a wall here for a room. Go up the stairs. This diagonal little pathway leads over here to this balcony. Oh, we're just gonna go for like a wacky little layout over here. Oh boy. Oh boy. How do I even begin to describe this layout in words? So we have like two really oversized rooms basically here. Honestly, this is kind of cooked. This is kind of cooked, fellas. Not gonna lie. But I kind of like weird layouts like this. I think it's charming. It's charming like your boy. And honestly, if the layout's too perfect, it just doesn't have swagger. It just doesn't have the same swagger if it's perfect. You gotta have some like nooks and crannies you can like find yourself into. Little side pockets that you can like run into. It's fun stuff like that. The rooms aren't totally private because we got some floor issues here. I guess we could connect the stone all the way through. That is an option. We have like a little back of the stairs right there. You come through here, goes out to a balcony. Through here's a one bedroom. Through here's the next bedroom. So actually, let's move our bed to the nicer of the two bedrooms for now. Right around here. Cool. We got that going for us. All right, let's get these ladders up here. Perfect. Now we need to make some of our roof tiles that I was talking about, or I was trying to talk about. I don't know what I don't know what I ended up saying, but basically, there's these like rafter-looking things. So if we grab our stripped spruce logs here, in here, you know what? We need something different. We need something different. Let's get these ones. We can grab these stairs, and in theory, if we just kind of put them along the roof like this, I feel like that looks more like the inside of a roof than the slate. So that's the goal with that. We're gonna have to chop down a bunch more trees though, but it'll look pretty cool up here once that's finished. Let's get to work on the trees here. Luckily we have a bunch. Oh boy, bruh, there's pillagers out here. You got me so messed up right now. You got me a different type of messed up. Oh, this guy is literally in the bushes right now. Come on, bruh. That is cheating. Okay, we got our stuff back, but I lost my shield. Ugh, I'm so pressed right now. I am so pressed. Right, we just need these guys to like follow us inside, because they can like hide in the foliage, and we're not able to hit them basically because they're inside a block. All right, there we go. We at least got the pillagers taken care of. So I guess we've been here long enough that they actually started showing up. All right, let's get ourselves some trees here. Honestly, we might as well just put a crafting bench out here. All right, I just made a like a ridiculous amount of axes. But actually, hold on. From here, the tavern looks really sweet. It actually looks pretty sweet. Oh, I thought we were cooked, but we were actually cooking. We are so back, fellas. We are so back. Still don't know where my shield is. Oh boy. I hope I don't have to make another one. I hope I don't have to make another one. Alright, at least we're getting plenty of wood, so things aren't so bad. things aren't so bad. It's not totally over. And then once we get our little attic space kind of situated, then we can start working on the furniture. So I think most of this wood is going to kind of go towards the attic. We also need to make some additional windows, I believe, too. Well, we might have some that we can use left over. Let's see if I can find my shield. It's over here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I desperately need my shield. It was hidden inside the bushes. Oh boy. Okay, never mind. We're not doing this at nighttime. Not my brightest idea. At least our house is like safe enough where we can like hide in here at night. Or tavern, I should say. Put our glass on the inside block here. Slowly dot. And pretty much all of these we have to turn into our stairs. Honestly, on some of these places, I'm just gonna cover it up like that. But yeah, if we do these stairs all the way around like this, I feel like personally it's gonna make the attic look a lot nicer. Something like this all the way around, and we can kind of hide the slate on the inside here by using our little these things. These little like tutoring panels that we have, so we'll have to make more of those. I think we have some left over, but we'll make more of those, get that situated. But yeah, this thing is gonna look really sweet. Especially when the two halves kind of meet in the middle there. Okay, so this is what the attic space kind of looks like at the moment. So we did the stairs all the way around, and then at the top I decided to add more planks basically with the spruce. So just like we have on the bottom floor here, we just kind of continued all the way up. So now I think it's time we add some railings around the outside here, and we can start working on the inside. All right, fellas, we are beating the sleepy time allegations. Oh boy, I'm struggling right now. Your boy needs caffeine. But anyways, now that we have like a nice basic exterior, I want to do something with the interior. I want to mess around with some of the furniture here. So let's move our doorway here. And I'm thinking just a couple of tables in here, maybe a nice little bar top right here overlooking everything. And I just want to make a nice inviting little space here. So to make some tables, we'll need to make slabs first. And basically it looks something like this. And this is kind of like a separate mod called Conquest Recipes, which allows you to actually build the different furniture in the game, because normally everything's in creative mode, so you don't really have to build stuff or craft it. And I'm thinking for the placement, we'll just do something like this. One table right here in front of the fireplace, one table over here next to the doorway, then maybe another one right there. So kind of all over the place. And now we just need to make some chairs. So I'm gonna grab 12 stools here, and same thing, we put them in the stone cutter here. So I'm going to grab a little over half of these ones, and then the rest we're gonna do these circular ones over here. So I like to do kind of a mix of different stools just to kind of get some variety here. Let's get all these kind of placed down here. I actually made too many. I made too many, but it's totally fine. Actually, this has got to go over a little bit. So as far as more decorations go, I definitely want to add some like window dressings, I think is the word for it. So I'm kind of going for a more cluttered look intentionally here, just to give it like a really lively kind of atmosphere and vibe. Under here, I'm going to actually get rid of the storage chest, and maybe we'll make... well, I was going to say we could make a basement, but I think we'll just put that up in the attic. We have to get rid of our windows here, because this is going to be like a little serving thing. So we'll have like kind of a decking thing out here, which actually we need to make really quick. So let's grab a shovel. Let's grab ourselves a shovel, fellas. And we'll make just a little patio type thing. I don't know if I should make the patio out of wood or out of stone. Maybe wood would make the most sense. Let's go for that. We do have a couple of planks we can mess around with here. I'm gonna go for alderwood actually. This looks a little bit different than our oak wood. Just gonna place this down. I do like that the alderwood has this little connected line through it, so it does look more like decking. Then let's get the last couple ones here. And we have one more piece of alder wood, so let's throw this in the stone cutter. And let's just grab some planks from it. We can kind of just add these around to make the deck look a little bit more like woody. Like woody, I think is the word we're going for there. There we go. Nice little wood deck here. And you get just the most gorgeous view of the mountains, the ocean. I do want to add like a small little railing here. We went through so many trees already trying to fill up the attic space actually. So we're gonna need to go grab more. We need to grab more trees. But I'm really excited with how this is turning out so far. I feel like we have like a really cool looking build here. A little bit quirky, like ya boy. But hey, it is what it is. Honestly, I think after recording this, I'm gonna go get an ice cream or something. I don't know. Your boy wants a treat. Your boy wants a sweet treat. All right. And I don't know. Everywhere you look from this build, it just looks really good. I'm trying to think strategically about what trees I want to get rid of. Just trying to grab all the spruce trees that we have nearby to keep it all consistent. I'm gonna get rid of all these saplings. Don't really need these. Do we have any more stone? Okay, we do. Let's just make a bunch more axes. We need a bunch. Doing a lot of deforestation right now. It's kind of hard for me to tell the difference between dark oak and spruce. They look very similar, but I am also slightly sleep deprived, so that might be the main reason, to be honest. We could also, oh wait, this is a huge tree. We could also get some of this stripped logs here because we can turn these into beams. So what's kind of interesting is the beams basically have to use stripped logs. So the fact that these trees are already stripped is really helpful for us, so we don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna keep that tree there. That one looks pretty cool to me. But yeah, maybe we could start clearing out some of the trees down this way, so whenever you're coming through the front door, you can get kind of a view out this way. So we gotta get rid of these two trees here. I figure if we gotta chop them down, it might as well have like a little bit of a additional purpose other than just getting materials. But overall, I'm having a pretty fun time playing through this. It's definitely a mod pack you have to take your time with. You can't rush it. But honestly, that's how I like it. I don't like being in a hurry for anything. Not even in relationships. Your boy moves so slow. So slow with everything. Alright, so we got a couple more trees we can get rid of. Let's just get rid of these ones while they're here. We might as well use all the axes that we got. And looks like the sun is starting to set as well. I do like that with the Bliss weather. You can kind of see the clouds covering up the top of the mountain there. So something else I was thinking we could do too is to soften up the exterior a little bit. Earlier I grabbed some oak leaves. We could basically take these bad boys and put them in the stone cutter, and I'm going to see what options we have here. Okay, never mind. We don't really have any options with those. But what we can do with these leaves is we can just kind of drape them over the corners of the build. And I feel like this is like a really easy way to decorate a build. So we're basically just adding like vines to the roof here. Build our way up. And the goal here is just to kind of add some character to the roof. So that way it doesn't look so plain. So we definitely have to build some sort of perimeter here because the woods are so dangerous at nighttime. Yeah, let's actually just climb up to the roof. And while we're up here, I'm just trying to look kind of where the roof looks a little bit plain. And that's typically where I'll add the leaves. So right around here, we have like a lot of open space. So some leaves right around here, just kind of flowing down. Same thing over here. I don't really like to make the leaves symmetrical because then it doesn't look as nice as if you just kind of like do them asymmetrically or just kind of wherever. I'm not really sure how this is gonna look. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to visualize the build as I'm doing them, at least whenever I'm close up to them. I kind of like to step back and sort of look at my builds. And then it's a lot easier for me to like picture like how does it look from a distance, you know? Because whenever you're up close, all you can really see is like the block in front of you, but you can't see how that's like interacting with the rest of the build. Let's see. Maybe we'll just do like a couple here. But that should at least make the roof look a little bit nicer. See what it kind of looks like. Yeah, so now we have some vines kind of growing off here. Maybe we'll do some more kind of hanging off the roof a little bit more. Like this side looks really good because of that. So we just need to add a few more right here. Another thing I want to add too is maybe some, what are they called? Window shutters. That's what I'm looking for. So we just need some window shutters here. Especially up here. I mean, the tutoring kind of has a shutter effect, but I want like something a little bit more noticeable. So maybe we do have some dark oak planks we could use, and I'm just gonna use trapdoors here. There is shutters in Conquest Reforged, but we can't really get to them just because there's not like a crafting recipe for it, unfortunately. But trapdoors work fine enough. Ooh, actually what we could do, so it just adds like a little bit more texturing to the windows. Makes it look a little bit more interesting than just the plain tutoring on the sides. There we go. I do wish we had like a lighter wood we could use, maybe like a birch or something, but don't think we have any birch trees nearby. At least not that I can see. Kind of get rid of some of this. But on these big windows, I feel like shutters just kind of make sense. Maybe we'll skip the shutters on like the smaller windows for now. But this looks good to me. So right here, I decided to actually cut out this part of the wall because I want to give it like a little bit of an archway pattern here, so that way whenever you look out here we have like this really cool shaped window here. And then honestly, I kind of just want to leave it open. Doesn't really matter if there's glass there or not. But it looks a lot better than this just being like a plain wall basically. And honestly, we might need to fix this because this is kind of hard to climb up. So we'll have to figure out like a better way to kind of do this. Maybe if we move the ladder over to this side, that might fix our problems here. There we go. Something like that. So now what I want to do is actually start working on the bedrooms a little bit. We're going to have to actually go find more sheep, to be honest, because we are running out of wool. Well, actually, we don't have any wool. But we have some shears we could use. Let's go find some sheep somewhere. That way we can make more beds. But what's really cool with these white beds is if we put this in the stone cutter, we can make these rustic ones, which look a lot cooler. I'm just going to go for like one of these because this looks a lot more interesting than the plain one. Let's go on a little adventure today. You know, also, we might as well bring a bucket, so if we find water or something, we could make a bucket, make a farm with it. Where did my iron go? Did I lose it? Oh, you know, I just realized I used all of it. Okay, never mind. Never mind on the bucket idea. But I'm pretty sure if we head back towards the our kind of world spawn, we'll find some more sheep out here. That's the only downside of building so high up. There's not really like, did I just hear something? There's not really any like resources up here or like animals that you can find easily. So we'll just have to make our way through the woods until we find something. But I'm really happy with the tavern so far. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of zombies out here in the woods. Pretty sure if we stay like towards the edge of the mountain here, we won't really have to worry about them too much. Oh, there's some horses over here, some goats. I don't know if goats drop any food. I'm gonna try though. I don't think they do. Oh, here's a sheep. Perfect. Get some wool. Oh yeah, there's like a bunch of animals on this side of the map. Oh, we gotta be super careful though. There's like a bunch of skeletons too. Not the best situation to be in. Alright, let's just shear all these sheep. While I'm here, I'm gonna grab some mutton too, because we currently don't have any food. Alright, and let's quickly make our way back home before we get too beat up out here. But yeah, going through this world is just insanely dangerous. Like, the woods at nighttime is not a good place to be at all. So it's kind of interesting, as you can see how dark the world is. It kind of reminds me of like the beta versions of Minecraft, because in those versions of the game you can't really like change the brightness at all. It's just kind of whatever it is. Okay. And we made it back home, luckily. Barely made it back home. It's actually very reassuring to see the tavern. All right, let's get some of this pork chop cooked up. Oh, there we go. There's the iron. I forgot we put it in there. All right, let's get some of our mutton cooked up here. And let's also start making a bed as well. So let's make 3 beds. And we'll turn all of these into our rustic bed. And we also need to make a little bar top for ourselves. So lots to figure out what we want to do with that. But at least we have beds for our bedrooms now. Our little quirky shaped bedrooms. This is the only downside of using these planks is it's kind of hard to place your beds where you want them, because there's not like solid blocks underneath them. But not a big deal. We can just simply fix that as we need to. All right, let's start making some fences too. And then with the fences, we can make these things called railings. So what's really unique about the railings is they don't really take up a full block like the fences do. So you can place them on the outside of blocks like this. So basically by using the railings, we can still have access to these inner blocks here without like fences kind of taking up space, if that makes sense. So this allows you to make like really small balconies, which we'll kind of be doing up here in just a little bit. And we need to come in here with the mallet and actually flip all these railings upside down here. So we'll just take our mallet, get all these up. Now we have a nice little decking over here so we can look out here into our nice little window here. Basically the bartender would probably be serving the drinks to the guests outside here. So we need to make a couple more tables. But yeah, there's just a lot of like building block variety in Conquest Reforged. Actually, I think it'd be easier if we kind of did something like this, just so we have something to actually place the blocks on. So normally if you were to do fences here, you'd have to place the fences on this block and you wouldn't be able to make just like a 1x3 balcony. But since we have the railings, we can now do that, which is nice. So now we have a nice little small balcony out this way. We need to make a door actually too. I think we might have an extra one, or I thought we did. I guess we got rid of it. Not a big deal. We can just make some more. And I think for the door on the second floor, I want to go for this gray window pane door. I think that looks kind of cool. And we'll grab these gray white doors too. I think for the upstairs, how we don't have it totally like finished up here, we might have to like adjust where our walls are. But I like the quirkiness of the bedrooms up here. But I want to extend these walls up. The only problem is we have the floor above it. So I think kind of the way we can get around that is if there is a floor in the way, just kind of chop it. And we'll just have to work around our walls basically. So we got the walls adjusted. Now I just want to add in our doorways here. And to make these look a little bit nicer, I want to add some archways atop there. Actually, we have some extra railings, so what I'm going to do here is just kind of add these along the sides up. Well, actually, here we need to switch it for a corner piece. Let's grab a corner. There we go. Got everything connected. Here's some pillagers outside too, actually. They're getting spicy out there. There we go. Now we have like I guess what would be a seating area. I see some pillagers over there. Yeah, I like this. It's like really quirky, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Let's make our little bar top too. So what's kind of interesting is we have to use crafting tables. And if we put the crafting tables in the stone cutter, you can see it gives us a huge variety of different things we can make. So I want to make, should be like a counter somewhere. Maybe these cupboards would kind of work. Oh, here we go, cabinets. Let's go for these fancy ash cabinets. Let's go for these fancy ash cabinets. These look pretty cool. So here, I'm just gonna kind of go along here. That's just going to be our basic little bar top. And to get some additional functionality out of this, let's make some vertical quarters. So instead of having to go for the full block, we can just kind of place these down like this. And that gives us that like bar top kind of look. I need to actually make more of these. I need to make more of these, but yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Unfortunately, since we don't have any glass, we can't do any bottles anywhere, but that was something else we could kind of work with. So if I look up bottles in the inventory here, we need glass bottles, which we just don't have at the moment. We can make more tables and chairs though, so I want to do, let's just do one table outside. Well, actually, let me look. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do one table outside, and then we're gonna have actual chairs out there, kind of like you can come up to the window there and just like sit outside. So for the stools here, what do I want to do? I think we're just gonna do the do 3 of these like square ones. I really like the way these look. Then 1 round one. And then for the table, we'll go for a spruce table. This looks a little bit more weathered, so it would kind of fit the outdoor theme. We'll put the table right there to get rid of some of the detailing we did earlier. But my idea here was you could kind of like sit up here by the window, like order your drinks here, or you could sit at this table over here. Okay, let me move this over one. There we go. And you could kind of sit here too. So a bunch of different seating options here, depending on what you're looking for. And something else we can do too is instead of just using plain torches to light up our build, we can put our torches in the stonecutter as well and get a bunch of different ones. So let's get a, oh, let's see. Oh, we have a chandelier we could do. Let's do a cross chandelier, one of these. Maybe we'll get a hand candle. And I like these hanging oil lamps. These look really like tavern-esque, so we'll just get the rest of these. And in order to use these lights, because if we place them, nothing is really going to happen, we just need to light them with a flint and steel. So what's kind of interesting is with the stone cutter, I feel like it's a little bit easier than making lanterns, just because we need torches instead of like iron with it. Oh, you know what? Crap. I just realized they look kind of awful if they're hanging like that. Maybe we'll do something like this instead, where we just have them on the walls here. That's the only bad thing about the rafters is if you have the lanterns kind of hanging from them, it looks pretty bad, but not a big deal. We can just kind of adjust on the fly here. So I want the tavern to be a little bit like not super lit up, just kind of moody. Actually, I think for the upstairs lighting, I kind of want to go for like candle holders instead of the oil lanterns, because I feel like the candle holders have a little bit more of a cozy feel to them. For these candles in a lantern, these look really cool. There we go. Ooh, we need to make some bedside tables too, actually. Make sure this little area out here is lit up. This little balcony view out here. And let's make some end tables really quick. So all we need for that, let's make 4 tables, or 3. We don't have enough sticks. Oh wait, no, now we do. Now we have enough sticks. Perfect. So we'll make 4 tables, and let's see what we can, I think we'll have to go with these oak ones. No, we're gonna go for the fancy. These look more like end tables to me. Just get a nice little bedside table. Maybe we could get some bookcases too, or some wardrobes to really liven up the space over here. But yeah, really basic decorations, but you could really spend a lot of time crafting all the different furniture, trying everything out. So at least in creative mode, I feel like it's kind of limited as far as what we can build, but I'm thinking we could make some of these wine racks, and then maybe some cabinets too. And then there's also some wardrobes we can mess around with, or bookcases. I'm gonna grab some of these wardrobes here. Let's see what else. There's some shelving, cabinets, bookcases. And yeah, there's a lot of build options, but we just can't get to all of them in survival mode, unfortunately. But we might as well decorate a little bit so you can get kind of an idea of what you could do. So I'm thinking we could just do a wardrobe, maybe a little bookcase in here as well. Actually, I don't really like how the bookcase connects. So maybe the bookcase can go in the corner over here. But yeah, the main star of the show in Conquest Reforged is definitely the building aspect. Being able to place everything super incrementally, I think it's a really cool touch. Oh, here's the Wandering Trader again. I think these wine racks are pretty cool. These would definitely look really good in like a basement setting. Yeah, I kind of want to mess around with some of the texturing on the outside, so I want to, instead of just using plain cobblestone, I was thinking maybe we could grab some of this light granite cobble, maybe some, let's see what else we have here. We have these loose cobblestones here. I'll have to get our sword ready because there's a bunch of pillagers out there. Where are they at, though? Here he is. There's only one. I don't see any else. Okay. Well, anyways, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to texture out the build a little bit since it looks just kind of plain. So what we could do is kind of throw these blocks in here. Have like a nice little basic gradient kind of look here. Yeah, I think from a survival perspective, Conquest Reforged isn't... it's kind of limited in what you can do, but it's still a pretty fun experience if you just like the more incremental building you can do and you don't care so much about the additional furniture that is added in. And I guess technically if you really wanted to, you could take like furniture mods that are built with survival mode in mind and just add those to this mod pack. That's also kind of an option. Let's see here. Let's see how this turns out. I really like the texturing. I think it looks kind of cool. The way Conquest Reforged looks, it really reminds me of a resource pack. Or at the time they were called texture packs, but it was called John Smith, and it was like this really like iconic old school kind of resource pack for Minecraft whenever it was in the beta versions of the game. It's really cool. Oh boy, bunch of creepers are running around still. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this chiller, longer video. Hopefully I was able to kind of showcase some of the things you could do with Conquest Reforged if you were playing in survival mode. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. I don't know. I'll have to watch this video back and see if anything I said made sense because I'm pretty sleep deprived at the moment. But really appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.